That's wild. Getting some cinematic effects there. Hello, everybody. Hi, Amanda. Meow. I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh no, it's 20 after 4. I got to get online. Got a little distracted when I got home. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Hope that day has treated you kindly. Let's go ahead and tap right in and see what the planetary circumstance says for the people and those pretending to be. Planetary circumstance for the people, please. Planetary circumstance. What's going on in the cosmos, Spirit? What's happening? All right. In the central energy. Knight of Cups. Ew. Could be romance. Somebody might be dreaming about artistry, craftsmanship, doing something that they love. In the challenge position, we've got the Six of Swords. Transition, journey, moving on, releasing the baggage. Moving on. In the subconscious, ew, the Chariot came out in the reverse. I guess some of these are in the reverse. Well, we got the Chariot in the reverse. Lack of direction. Huh. Giving up, indecision. Somebody's dreaming about love. They want to get, they're thinking about romance. They're having trouble departing, leaving. They need to get in somebody's chariot, in their boat. They need to get in your boat because their chariot isn't going anywhere. Some kind of transition. They have to release you. In the recent past, we've got Tower. Something's going on, some kind of intervention. Intentions, expectations. Seven of Cups in the reverse. Clarity. So there's a discerning, proper discernment. There's no more illusions surrounding the mental body or the mind of a person, of you, of somebody. There's a Tower, revelation. Oh, sorry, Otter. That's always a tough transition. In the near future, Four of Cups in the reverse. Release. So you are free of the foundation that had bound you. They had you strapped and they were just sucking the life out of you, but you're free of that. There's no more illusions. Like you are seeing, you are seeing clearly. You're seeing clearly. You're free here. You might be feeling vulnerable. Oh, thank you, Sapphire Phoenix. So yeah, you might be feeling a little vulnerable. You might be expressing that. I noticed that over the weekend, there was a lot of expression regarding vulnerability and recreating self and moving forward in a new direction or whatever direction. The lens is being looked through. Knight of Pentacles, reliable and steadfast. Hello, Michelle. Knight of Pentacles, persevering, responsible, patient, dedicated in the environment. Ace of Swords, clarity and truth. And the Five of Swords in the reverse, reconciliation. So the gatekeepers had been filing false reporting to the ancestors of the people. So the gatekeepers were filing false reporting to the ancestry, and this has been going on for 6,000 years from my understanding. There's clarity here. There's a tower due to this clarity. There's no more disturbance happening in the mental body. The illusions are all gone. They can't bind you, trap you, keep you. You're free to go, basically. They're still very mad, and they still feel that as long as there's medicine, they got this medicine, graphene, nanobots, smart dust. There's something about the surface. They're using it as a hotspot, a link, a connector, a bridge. They feel very strongly that this gives them some sort of an edge. I don't know how that could be rectified. There are much smarter people than me here. Hopes and fears. The Hermit. Oh, so the Hermit's here doing research, looking to see who is not a star. He could be looking for the disconnected stars that have been strong and courageous and being a powerhouse down here. Those who have been siphoned. So he could be looking at people who are very strong and courageous and bucking the system and speaking the truth. They have been drained perhaps of some of their light. And so it could just very well be that that's what's happening here. Or it could be that there's some kind of an analysis of the stars. Or it could be that whatever he's finding regarding those, yeah. So it could be that those who don't have the light on, those who have been researched, those who are not actual stars, those who don't belong to the stars, those who are not the true apple of whatever tribe's tree, they've been up there deceitfully. It could very well be that this hermit is doing some research regarding that, and there's strength here. So that's what has been happening over the last 6,000 years. They were draining people of like 50% of their life force vitality, making people very sick, cutting their lifespans down, and then recycling them. over and over and over again for their light, for their soul, their SOL, their inner sun, which is life. So, because they had sucked out 50% of the life force of a star, the star was left here trapped, trying to defend themselves. So they had been disconnected from their star. They had been disconnected from the star nation. They were down here defending themselves. It could just very well be that they're going to be, whoever is not an actual star is going to be met with some kind of strength. Let's see outgoing energy. High Priestess. Oh boy. So we've got the High Priestess here, clairvoyant, higher power. Inner wisdom. So this High Priestess has inner wisdom regarding the deception of these magicians. She could be these South Node magicians, those who've been doing baneful magic. It could very well be that this High Priestess is there looking at them, connected to Source, looking, finding, seeking all of those deceptive wizards, sorcerers, whatever that's masquerading as a star. She could be working with the Hermit here to discover who is actually doing baneful magic or sacrifices in order to appear as though they are a star. You're very strong and courageous in this. There is compassion here. There is compassion. We've got 8 of Wands in the reverse. Somebody's resistant and frustrated because of this slow or maybe they're being judged because of their procrastination. They didn't do anything quickly. They didn't go anywhere. They procrastinated. They were distracted. They instead bound mother and child, wrapped them up, silenced them in every way they could, and then created the illusion. They trapped these women. They're under judgment because they slowed them down by binding them here. Yeah. We got a Queen of Wands reverse and an Empress reverse. These two, and that song, evil, most definitely she's evil. That keeps going through my head. Whoever this actress was in this upper level space, mimicking or copycatting or wearing the soul identity of a harvested star angel, earth angel, Empress reversed, overbearing, unproductive, arrogant and jealous, manipulating people. They might be stuck at a crossroads or not knowing what to do, very frustrated here. Because they got the Fool in the reverse. Irresponsible, immature. They're going to suffer for what they did here. And there's death. It's over. King of Swords knows the truth. And we got endings here. They're going to be trapped. And you're going to go recover. That's what God says. There's a disconnection of the 3 of Cups. So there's those who are betraying you are getting disconnected from the 10 of Pentacles. They're being disconnected from the money, from the resources, from the life force. They're no longer going to get supported. They will be abandoned as they have abandoned others, and they will be neglected and unstable as they have caused neglect and instability for others. You are receiving a renewal for bringing forth the clarity, the awareness. You were able to survive this crap that they had you bound to, this mental madness that they kept forcing into you, telling people that it was you, and that's just a lie. So there's gratitude because you have brought forward the awareness, the clarity, and you're getting a 10 of Cups union and a turn of the wheel. Yeah. It just was not very nice. Thanks for being here, everybody. All right. So in the central energy, we've got Knight of Cups. Somebody's thinking about romance and a breakup. Knight of Cups is thinking about romance, but there's a breakup, walking away, a separation. It's the end of them having romance. I mean, many of us were kept single and siphoned our whole lives by these invisible people. So it appears that the Hierophant or God is going to be doing, I mean, the Hierophant was there. We got the High Priestess there. Apparently, whatever they were doing to this High Priestess, messing with her mind, draining her light, her wisdom, her upper dimensional wisdom and skills and authorities. These people were really, these low-level people who should never have had access to these things, really decided to screw around, playing boss man, whatever. Whatever. So we got the Six of Swords here in the challenge position. They're challenged by your departure. This Mr. Romance, you're walking away from Mr. Romance. There's a separation. Why? You're departing because they kept sacrificing you, spiritually assassinating you, and then prostituting your freaking energy. Using you as a freaking exhibit, replicating you, synthesizing you, freaking doing digital horror movies and broadcasting out through the cosmos. These assholes. For profit. That's how they made their money. By violating the honor of women. In the most heinous way. In the name of love. Their Chariot is in the reverse. They're shallow how. They used you only when needed. They're absolutely irresponsible. There was no going anywhere with this person. They just came in to shag up, to tag the vajiji or whatever so that they could then harvest and circulate the energy, the vision of your face and your being. Even though it not be you. They used you as an emotional utility. They wanted to like break your heart and then siphon the essence out of you. So there's a Tower here, divine intervention. The truth has been exposed. They abandoned you. They trapped you, they harvested you. The fantasy has crashed. These people have been parasiting off of the sacral of their sacrifices, their what? Their romantic partners. They've been making money off of what? Black market pornography based on digital identity. It wasn't love. The fantasy has crashed. The truth has been exposed. You're leaving. You're moving on. You're leaving. They're challenged because they were effing around, messing with you, making you confused, messing with your emotions. Saying, come on over. And then you find a woman's stuff there. They just do it on purpose to jack up your emotions, to break your heart, so that they can get into that spiritual identity and have a great time with your spiritual bank account. So now they're not getting in that chariot. They're not on your chariot. They're not getting on your chariot. There was no depth, the shallow Hal, or whatever, Fancy Nancy, or whatever the hell. You've solved the puzzle. Well, and they left you there sitting alone, wondering what's going on. Well, they kept messing with your energy. You solved the puzzle. And now they're in a tower. No contact zone. They can't contact you. They got to stay away from you. They keep wanting to come in. There's a curator, this person who's been latched on. This person thinks that they own the merchandise of all earth angels, meaning their soul, their inner sun, their energy, their vital force. He says because he's got medicine in the flesh body, that the flesh body is failing. Therefore, he has the right to harvest whatever it is because you're not self-sustaining. But they intentionally poisoned everybody and then funneled them into the sick care system, told them they were sick, and then got them on these medicines so they could cast the illusion. Apparently, this medicine has a smart dust or whatever in it that they can use to monitor the vitals of a body. And they insist that you need it, therefore they have a right to the value of your soul. The thing is this monitoring smart dust or whatever, it's like it also has control. It can make adjustments. It can latch on like a little CPU unit that you solder onto your circuit board. It's like just latches on and starts streaming signals. Thank you, MD. I'm grateful you're here. So, yeah, this is a no contact zone. There's enforced distances. They have to stay away. Now, these people know that if they try to come for you, it's like an suicide mission. And this curator has protection. But everybody that he's sending toward the collective does not have protection. And they're getting annihilated, and they're like, they don't believe him anymore because he's not able to protect them. So it's like, why do they keep going after this person who has great protection, and he keeps going after this woman, these women? It's crazy. It's a no contact zone. The illusions that have been cast over your mind have fallen away. There's clarity and focus now. You're very grounded, and there's discernment regarding what moves through you that's unnatural, meaning these smart dust or whatever the heck that is, and the actual true you, the loving you. These people are blocked AF. Oh, yes, they are. You got clarity and focus. And now these people who had been trying to mess with your head, they're blocked AF. No contact zone. They're so upset. They're so upset. They're getting this silent treatment, just like they gave you. There's nobody to talk to. They're losing their telepathy. They're losing their ability to inwardly communicate. They're going to have to wander the earth separated from everybody and everything, just like they've done to, humanity. Or I don't know. I'm not God. I can't, vengeance isn't my gig, so I can't tell you that that's what's going to happen. But I did hear him say that everything they did to you from the beginning to the end shall be done to them. And this is one of those things. So delirium. So in the near future, you got Four of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a release. You are free of the foundation that has kept you bound for centuries, siphoning the soul, your inner sun, the life force, vitality that fuels your existence. They were taken like 50% and nobody could be seen. They're out here fighting on very low energy. And it's painful. You know what? Their minds are cracking. And these people, these entities that are doing it to them say, see, they're insane. They're breaking. They're not worthy. And it's like, well, you take 50% of their light force, their ability to defend themselves, you shut them down and separate them from everybody who gives a damn. And then they just wait for you to fail. After they've turned your entire upper dimensional family with these false gatekeeper reportings, they turned your entire upper dimensional family against you so that they can keep you trapped here, abusing you and siphoning out of your sacral, your beautiful womb, your powerful energy, this upper divine energy. It's crazy, man. So now we got cycle repeat. You solved the puzzle about cycle repeat. So you're free. You are free of the cycle repeat. You're free of the repeat. You're being released from the cycle repeat. Knight of Pentacles, dedicated and persevering. Done explaining, protecting your energy, walking away. Ace of Swords, clarity and truth. There's a forgiveness. Some kind of a reconciliation, but you've got a fake apology. You've recovered. Somebody wants to manipulate you. They want to make you feel guilty. This monster is coming up out of the shadows that's been siphoning and punishing you for centuries. Wants to come up and hand you flowers and then try to make you feel guilty for not wanting the effing flowers. Keep your fucking flowers. Stay out of the energy, man. Don't come into the energy. Nobody wants your apology. Nobody needs it. It's been thousands of years. You haven't said shit. Don't say anything now. For God's sake, stay the F away. We got the Hermit there doing some research on the stars that are flipped. Somebody's depressed and they're disappointed. They're getting disconnected due to your courage, due to your strength, due to your intuition, your sixth sense. You can see who they are. You can see that it's a fake apology. This is a gaslighting drippy wand coming in, trying to get all up in your space, and it's a no contact zone. This dude doesn't follow rules or commands. He's never done it. He only says, I am the commander and I own you, he says. And he's coming in. He wants it. The high priestess is here. She could be flipping that jackass upside down. She could be dealing with this deception, this manipulative, baneful magician. She has divine wisdom about this baneful magician and freedom. The magician is on their head. The magician has a scarcity. The high priestess has clairvoyance and higher power. She's all-knowing. She's attached to the all-knowingness. These magicians are getting flipped, and this is healed. Like, there's not going to be any of this manipulative, sneaky shit wherever she's going to be. Somebody's in their head about you, stressing out because you deleted them. You cut them off and you're making a cold exit, leaving them without your inner sun, your soul, the warmth of your love. Because this lying snake lied about why you've been single. They left you here with no closure, hurting you, sending people in to hurt you. Powerful people sending in this hidden nasty jack that's been spying on you. Fucking perverts, man. Up there in the 4D, astral projecting into single women's homes and then standing around nasty fucking jacks, the little collective of them, concentrating on you in your own home. You woke up different. The energy has shifted. You're done tolerating it. You're done tolerating it. It's like, just get the F on. Get the F on. They thought you were always going to come back, and now you're running away. It's like, nobody needs it, nasty. Damn. Damn. Nobody wants to ride that freaking pony, boy. Got my own damn horse. So Mr. Romance is upset. They're experiencing a breakup. It wasn't love. Their fantasy has crashed. There's a separation here. Man. This card says, not every feeling deserves a full cast musical, but they're crying and they're completely out of balance. The truth is exposed. You are done hoping. The entities in this realm calling themselves men, they're scandalous creatures, man. They don't even measure up to the love of a dog, fucking canine. The loyalty of a canine. And I'm not talking about, regular guys. I'm talking about these who do this kind of shit. These nasty entities calling themselves leaders of the realm. Six of Swords, they're challenged because you're leaving. You're in your boat and you're leaving. You're done with this street exhibit bullshit, this confusion. And there's restraint here. You're not talking to Twitter. You're not talking about it. It's like, whatever, man. Twitter isn't your therapist. You never complained. You just got on with your life. They've been out there digital scamming the freaking black market with these stupid pornography movies that aren't even you. They just tap your energy once and then they can just come in and collect it and do whatever they want. They get together with some actual Jezebel wearing your face and then they do an orgy and then broadcast it throughout the cosmos as if it was you, so that nobody would ever want to choose you. they're not getting in no damn chariot. And they're not getting in your boat. They use people only when it's convenient. Shallow hell has no love. All he's got is shit. Big bag of shit. Big bag of arrogance that looks like shit. They try to make people buy it, eat it. You solved the puzzle regarding this devil fire. Chaos is not passion. This, oh baby, I want to love on you. I want to get it on. Oh, let's get it on. Oh, let's get it on. Yeah. Sure, Mr. Freaking Romance. Nobody needs that illusion of a one-night stand, a hit it and quit it, a tag it, shag it, freaking collect the energy, and then sell freaking black market pornography using your little mask wearing Jezebel. Nice way to make a living, asswipe. These are the same 64,000 men that belong to that online website that trains them how to drug your wife and then do shit to her while she's passed out and then sell the movies on the black market. These 60 million, man. This is how these people make their living. Sick. So there's divine intervention, a tower. This is a no contact zone, enforced distance. They're still attached. They don't want to release you. They cannot mess with your mind anymore. They are blocked AF. They cannot mess with your mind. That was their favorite thing, to mess with the mind, with this stupid technology, this Wi-Fi streaming bullshit artistry. Blocked AF. They can't read your energy anymore. Those who are not devoted, those who do not care about anything at all, they cannot read your energy anymore because of your discipline, your spiritual hygiene. These are very low vibrational entities. They can't read your energy anymore. You're vibing too high. So you're free of this vulnerability, of this loop. You're free of this cycle repeat, this drama. And these people are making excuses. They have to accept responsibility for what they did to you. Everything they did to you was happened to them. And these guys are complaining, we have to go to hell. Literally, we have to go to hell now. And it's like, yeah, because that's what they've been doing to these feminines. They've been doing horrible things in the Dungeons and Dragons. We got the Knight of Pentacles here. You persevered. You're very reliable, and you're done explaining. There's no more justifying what these people have been doing. It's been 6,000 years. It's obvious that they're not good for the living. You're protecting your energy. These people they can't sleep. Sleep deprivation. They can't sleep. Your energy is protected. They misinterpreted the signals. They can't sleep. You're making a silent exit. They don't get, these lazy jackwagons, they're not getting a ticket to where you're going because they are lazy. Sure, they may be pretty and they may be cute and they may wiggle real nice and they got a flat little belly and they got a shallow little mind and they know how to shatter the hearts of loving people and take that and pretend that it belongs to them. What they've been doing in the all of the levels and layers with this scheme is horrendous. You've got clarity and truth with the Ace of Swords, and there is a forgiveness. Five of Swords, a reconciliation. Somebody wants to reconcile with you because of you got a victory. So you've got a victory here. Clarity and truth, you have a victory. Ace of Swords. Somebody wants to come in with a fake apology. They want to manipulate you, make you feel guilty, and gaslight you again. They want to reconcile. They want to stop fighting. They want to give you a fake apology because you are victorious. And the sick thing about this is they don't even give you the title that you deserve, victor, based on truth and clarity of the abuse that you endured for thousands of years, for centuries. They want to come in, fake apology, act like it never happened. You're just a weak ass dime a dozen, whatever. Oh no. You're letting that shit go. You're letting that shit go. It's like, let go already. You're a damn monster. Look, they know that you've got a victory. You've got an Ace of Pentacles. You've got this good reputation. They're upset because people like you. They can't find a Judas. Nobody wants their money. You're helping improve their lives. You're making it safe for the children. You're these jackasses who have been wandering around speaking proper words in monotone because they have no capacity to feel any kind of an emotion except for glee at our suffering. No. Let go already. Nobody wants your fake apology. They're exhausted watching the reruns of the 6,000 years of torture that you have survived. Now they get to go through it. So we've got the Hermit here. Making an analysis, disconnecting those who do not have light. Somebody's making an analysis, doing his research. Some folks who are not stars, perhaps who are these devils who are wearing masks, they're up there wearing the identity of a freaking rose. They're getting disconnected due to grace. They could be getting disconnected from the strength of grace from the Holy Spirit. For what they did to the Holy Spirit. No, you're not dying. Yes, it sucks. Healing feels like garbage before it feels like growth. So now they're going to go through it. They're going to go through it. They're being disconnected from grace. They're being disconnected from the Holy Spirit. The way that they scammed and cheated the rose. These fake angels. The High Priestess is there flipping the magician on the end. Undoing the magician's handiwork. Where there is freedom and detachment. Clarity. And love don't pay the rent. Your bank account said no before the universe did. So there's a detachment from those entities wearing this face that says love doesn't pay the rent. They have to attach to love, and then they have to make dark web movies in order to make money on those that say they love them. They betrayed love in the most heinous way. And they thought it was funny. They've been brutalizing the sons and daughters of very high-ranking, upper-dimensional Star Nation families, keeping them trapped here, filing false reporting. Everything is seen clearly now. Those of the upper dimensions, and the boogeyman is even more scary up there. We got high-ranking sacred light, high-ranking sacred shadow, and these people, these swingsters, these pimps who thought they really had it going on, they're finding out otherwise. You're free. Congratulations. You're free of them, and they're freaking out, crying because they sponsored the circus. And God, you, whoever, is no longer giving these idiots spiritual credit. Because the universe, well, this one came out upside down. The universe is giving your ex, giving you, who have suffered a very long time, back to your ex. So I don't know what happened. Apparently thousands of years ago, you were banished from this space, and you've been here for a long time getting tortured by nasty Jack, magician, illusionist, and now the truth is revealed about all of those pornography movies that they've been broadcasting throughout the cosmos on the dark web. Yeah, that was Mr. Pimp posing as a husband so that he could, knock you out and do pornography and then broadcast it around. The 64 million guys. I mean, I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. And they're doing it lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Your pain isn't content. Your healing didn't need a hashtag. So you're going back. You're going back. The universe is giving you back to your ex. It's these ones, they deceitfully convicted the divine feminine who had statuses of authority, these powerful healers, these powerful energies and lights. They deceitfully convicted them, they violated them, and then had them outcast and trapped, banished. And now the truth is out, and God is like, okay, so tell me again, what did you do to my daughter? Who is here to serve you in a good way. Well, that magician, they're losing their skills. That magician's getting flipped on their head. Detachment from Mr. Love, don't pay the rent. Well, why get married? Oh, I see. Because you need to own this soul so that you can make a profit off of this. Yeah. So they were giving you crumbs. There's a change in perception, and God is blocking these people for you. Because you have your person here. You both barely made it out alive. You're both coming back together. Whatever this is, you're both coming back together. This is a ridiculous, nasty mess. So we got the Knight of Cups. Mr. Romance is having a breakup. There's a separation. It wasn't love. The fantasy has crashed. They are crying because the truth has been exposed. They have no temperance energy. They've been using their sexual encounters, their sacrifices for temperance. And they don't do it necessarily in the physical. These guys have been doing 4D sacrifices of our sleeping angel self, our spirit self, when we're in the 4D sleeping, while we're here in our beds sleeping. They go over there and knife us and do all this shit, and it's been happening for so freaking long. A community. The fantasy has crashed for this whole community. It wasn't love. They were using people. You're leaving it. You're leaving. You're going away. You're releasing the baggage of this exhibit, this stupid crap. Twitter isn't your therapist. You did your shadow work and you did not post about it. You didn't cry about it. They're confused about your patience. They didn't know that you were doing shadow work. They thought you were down for the count because you were silent. These entities that make chaos and freaking noise wherever they go. Look at me, chaos. Ooh, I'm powerful. Yeah. Uh-huh. And you were patient. You didn't announce it. You didn't announce it. So they didn't know that you had healed. They figured you were done. 20 years is a long time to be mentally raped, man. 12 years is a long time to have hundreds of these sorcerers forcing their insanity in on you, telling you how they're gonna physically rape you, how they're gonna torture you, exactly what the little cuts and the bites and all this stuff is. It's nasty how they torture the minds of good people. And they say that they're mentally broken. They do it to get them institutionalized and then re-trapped. Healers, those people with the golden energy, the royal energy, they do their very best to drive through insanity, to drive through rage, and to make it seem as though it's being produced by you. And it's just not. They're not going anywhere. This is shallow hell. There's no depth to this person. They're like one of those very shallowly rooted plants or whatever. You can go by and barely kick it and the thing will come up out of the dirt. There's no dirt. There's no freaking root. There's no nothing. There's just destruction. Doesn't even make a good weed, man. You've solved the puzzle and they're not able to cause a death. So they can't bring death to you. There might have been, maybe you solved the puzzle on why, and now they can no longer shatter the heart chakra of real live angels by sexing them up and then destroying their heart, their gentle love, leaving you here alone. Are you coming? Oh no, I'm with somebody else, driving up and expecting you to serve them and their new flame the next night or something. They do their very best to destroy your mind and your heart. They're no longer going to do that. You have solved the puzzle. It's not going to happen anymore. They tried it this time. It was discovered, it was witnessed. Every detail was logged and recorded and investigated, tracked and traced. And then there's confessions. So this is how you do it. Okay. All right. So we got the tower there. There's a disaster, divine intervention. You have a no contact zone. There's an enforced distance here. They're not able to delete you. They're not able to detach you. They're not going to do anything to you. Past lives, In the reverse, anybody of those past lives, they will not be able to delete you. They can't detach you from your current life. There's a no contact zone. They've been getting away with this for lifetimes. They've been stealing your honor for centuries, dressing up in your heart and your identity. Some of these people have boldly snotty little bitches. If you don't know your history, you don't know nothing. You can't be this, you can't be that, because they know the torture, the torturous destruction that these people do to the framework of our mind and our sight, our clairs, our third eye sight, our knowing. The illusion is broken. Seven of Cups in the reverse. You have clarity and focus here. They are block AF because you have awareness. They're not devoted. You're disciplined here. You can see very clearly. There's a reset in action. Those people who have no devotion are blocked AF. Anybody who wants to argue, anybody who wants to give a little snippy attitude, anybody who wants to say, well, well, Mama don't have to cook you dinner tonight either, or ever again. You have strong spiritual hygiene, strong spiritual discipline. Your action is strong, and there is a reset here. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. You're being released from the foundation that had you bound, from that stuck in a loop business. Whoever had you bound will be stuck on cycle repeat, because they will accept responsibility for that stuff that they did knowingly, willingly, soberly. They knew they were trying and doing. They knew they were sucking the life out of a soul. They were destroying upper dimensional star children. Upper dimensional, high, freaking supreme beings, man. You pissed off so many daddies. So many twins that had been deceitfully receiving fake apples. Making your move. Making your move. Somebody's making excuses. You're making your move. Knight of Pentacles. Dedication. Reliability and perseverance. You're done explaining. No more justifying. This is a silent exit. You're protecting your energy. You're protecting energy. Soul, the inner sun, is so freaking valuable. You got the inner rainbow, the chakra system. It's your covenant. And these jackasses have been pretending to love, and they come in, plug into the rainbow, the covenant, and then with their wand, their little charging unit, and they drain the covenant. And then they break the heart, shatter that emerald heart, and then they send in your replacement into the spiritual identity. And they've been tricking everybody. Oh, the upper dimensional moms and dads who these devil women and others have been up there portraying, oh, they're in trouble. Somebody is going to get, they're going to get they're going to suffer. They didn't put any emphasis on nothing because these people don't. There's no need to put emphasis on anything. It is what it is. You will suffer for what you have done to the United States. Some woman, copycat, shattering emerald hearts of earth angels that belonging to the upper dimensional Star Nation soul tribes. They have been violating them in heinous ways, and the sons and daughters coming from them. These gatekeepers, the old ones, they're in big trouble, man. They're getting kicked out of the secret garden. They were kicking out temperance. They were kicking temperance angels out of the secret garden. These temperance angels are necessary. And these gatekeepers were being employed by the freaking devil or whoever to destroy the secret garden, to destroy the angels that brought temperance and healing. You're done explaining. You're leaving. Somebody can't sleep. They're having anxiety. And they're like, we misinterpreted, we misunderstood. Well, yes, you did. It was a fantasy, a beautiful gigolo freaking whoring fantasy. Oh, it was great. We misunderstood. Oh, what made your soul think that being a whore was godlike or goddess-like? Damn, man. No. There was no misunderstanding. It was willful, premeditated harming of beautiful, loving people so that you could pretend. So they're undergoing a reality check because through those years, while you were in darkness and you were recreating yourself, you evolved. The script that they have been operating out of it's old. It's outdated. There's at least 20 years here where you have rewritten, you've been destroyed and then reconstituted, destroyed, reconstituted your own mind, your own body, your own life over and over and over again over the last 2 decades. And these people have no idea what you did because you didn't announce it. You just did it. And now that shit's hitting the fan, they're looking at Twitter and they're like, what did she do? How did she do it? What's going on? There's no record. Because it was between you and your inner universe and those upper dimensional beings that support you. It had nothing to do with these people. You're armored up. You're protected. They're undergoing a reality check. You're allowed to outgrow these people and they're not coming with you where you're going. They don't have what you are. You got clarity and truth here. You made a breakthrough with the truth. You were able to break through. You were able to find the truth and you were able to discover what's been going on. So there's reconciliation and a recovery from this freaking harvesting, this betrayal. You got somebody wanting to come in with a fake apology because they want to get back in your good graces. And you're like, let go already. You have complete clarity of this nasty jack wanting to slither into your freaking energy and offer you a bouquet of flowers or a freaking trinket. They're exhausted watching the reruns. They need to get back in your good graces and be covered by your protection. But God ain't having that. God knows what these people did to you. You are temperance. You see this thing hanging there? That's a goddess. Probably the children that come from her too. Jackasses. They're exhausting watching what they did to the temperance angel, Grace, the freaking Holy Spirit. Connected to God's family. These people, man, they're in trouble. They tried to unalive the Holy Spirit. They tried to unalive the Queen of Heaven. They had them buried for 6,000 years. Prostituting their freaking essence. Oh, these people are in big trouble. You can believe it. We got Shadow in the reverse. There's no more contracts with the shadows. Yes, it sucks, but you know, the struggle was worth it. There's no more contract with the shadow. The high priestess is flipping the magic or the magician or whatever magic spells these ones have cast upon the roses with the roses energy. The high priestess who has divine higher purpose and higher power, this connection with the sacred mystery. So she's handing, there's all knowing, this baneful magician, these baneful wizards, whatever they've been doing, and the devils and the demons that they've been calling upon, and the dimensions and the realms that they've been playing in, and, you know, casting people to and trapping them in, and everything that they've been doing. They're out of the abundance. They're not going to get no more. The high priestess is flipping that magic or flipping the magician, something like that. We've got healed, not hooked, and freedom and detachment and clarity regarding these masculines who said, love don't pay the rent. They got to get their attachment to the rose, to the purity, and then they got to make vile movies and then broadcast them throughout the galaxy so that no other person would ever want to choose you. They were casting the illusion that you were a prostitute when they were leaving you alone. You were here waiting for somebody to show up, and they never did because these assholes deflowered you. And then with that connection to your sacral, they went ahead and used that energy to dress up Jezebel, have orgies, broadcast it through the galaxy as though it was you. And you're sitting here the whole time waiting for some shitheel who claimed to love you to show up. Fucking asshole out there making black web movies with some Jezebel looking like you so that they could make sure no upper dimensional true divine masculine would ever choose you. You solved the puzzle and there's no death here for you. They couldn't break your heart. They couldn't give you a spiritual assassination. They tried. The caretaker. There will be no death for the caretaker this time. They could not shatter your heart and make a necklace out of it and then wear your strength and your identity and pretend. They're in a tower. This is a no contact zone. There's an enforced distance. They're not able to detach you from this current life. They're not able to break your heart or cause you a death. You are connected to Source, gathering the fruits. The illusions have received some kind of clarity regarding what they've been doing to your mind. They've been really screwing up. I'm going the wrong way. High Priestess, healed, not hooked. We are detaching from those men who prioritize money and they betray love and loving to get the hook into the vajiji, into the energy, and then they deceitfully cast black magic sex movies and then share them with the underground and the cosmos. These perverts of the freaking cosmos, freaking universal pirates, collecting collector's items. Rest. These people are being laid to rest, going in their coffin, and their spirit will go wherever they need to go. God said they're the new fodder. They've been feeding on us for a long time. They're uneasy, fleeting in the reverse. So whatever is doing is permanent. They have to go to hell, I heard them say. They're literally going to go to hell because that's what they've been working for you. That is where they're going to go. These magicians. They're not going to leave you stranded. They're not childlike. They don't have protection. They're not innocent. They don't have protection. You're a healer and you're inspiring people in the here and now with your ability to remain grounded. to remain love. It's not always easy. The gatekeepers that have been kicking joy out of the secret garden, maybe they're getting kicked out of the secret garden. The gatekeepers are happiness haters, and they have been keeping the loving emerald heart of these earth angelics, these upper dimensional, high vibrational women out. These joyous, they did not want joy to live there. They wanted it to be down here, but you self-cared. And whatever they were trying to offer, it was rejected. Somebody's not attacking you. Somebody refusing to attack you, and things are falling apart. Nobody has any appreciation for this fellow. They don't have any access to any abundance. There's no rebirth for this person. They're not alive. They could be a walking corpse. Look, you're no longer isolated, and you're speaking up. You're speaking up about these bad teachers. This circle of bad teachers that people tried to flip the high priestess and twist the story on. Bad teachers. They were twisting the mind regarding the high priestess, who is here to share love and to bring temperance, to restore balance. But you had this nasty person here dressing up in the energy, the shattered heart, the life force, the suffering of a true caretaker. There's no forgiveness for this person. They crossed the boundary. They can't hold their boundaries. They left the boundaries wide open. They invited in all of these harvesting entities that are not human, and they just invited them to feed on us. Whoever this replacement was, they've been up there feeding on us. They've been taking high vibrational, upper dimensional children of the Star Nation soul tribes, casting false reports, trapping them here, and pretending to love them, getting a marriage contract or a relationship, an intimate encounter, so that they could tag or hook the sacral, and then smash the heart, do a spiritual assassination, and then play. They've been doing that for a long time. They're up there in those dimensions. One of them said, it's not a real contract. He just needs the energy. So there's a betrayal that they were planning, and I don't know if they're still planning it or not. These guys like to play games, and, you know, they've played games for centuries. You know, and the thing about it is like 6,000 years is a long time. They never once questioned the promiscuity of Jezebel wearing an angel's robes. They never once questioned it. Why everything was falling apart and becoming chaos. They loved it. Could have been magic. I don't know. We got somebody in their feelings. They're heartbroken. They're crying. Some nasty jack is crying. They're all in their feelings. Because you're leaving. You're leaving this circulation, this rose, their little sacrificial system. They're confused about your boundaries. You did not share your healing journey, your patience, Divine Feminine. They did not see it coming. They thought they had broken you and that you were down, that you were never coming back. But you're the caretaker. There's a reason why you were selected for the position, High Priestess. Now it's like you got to wear a little dagger and get ready for anyone who claims to love you to freaking Judas you and be ready to shiv them, because it's like, you know, I mean, obviously the caretaker, the Queen of Heaven was not safe in heaven. because they lack vision, knowledge, understanding. Somebody's losing sleep. They're worried. They can't unalive the caretaker. They're in a tower. It's a no contact zone, enforced distance. They can't delete you. They can't detach you from this life. You're listening to the divine's messaging about reckless sex. They were listening to your messages by using reckless sex. They were tagging, hooking, and then using your vessel, your spine, as a Jacob's ladder up into your mind, up into those other dimensional spaces where your spirit dwells. And they were going up as you into the upper dimensional spaces, the high vibrational soprano space where you're from. And they were wearing your freaking robe, your identity, sexing up everybody over there. With wearing all this beautiful love energy. Those devils, once they get the power of those angels, they go up there and they shatter the hearts of the true angel at the gate. And then they wear it and they're so full of love, but the love isn't theirs, man. It's harvested off of their true fucking flame. And they lay with it and love it and they're imbued by it while the bitch goes back and gets some more devil flame to dump into them and mess with them. You're a beloved child. And you're very strong. You got excellent spiritual hygiene. These people are absurd. You're free of that foundation that you were stuck on. These ones are stuck in a loop because what they did to you, they did sober. They did it. They premeditated, planned it, strategic. So you're about ready to make your move. Jezebel is going to be flipped. Jezebel is going to South Node. She's no longer going to be in the North Node. Jezebel's going to South Node. She's going to go live where she belongs. Knight of Pentacles is here. Dedicated and responsible. You're persevering. And your energy is protected. You're done explaining. These people cannot sleep. They misinterpreted your intellectual property. And they can't mimic you because over the last 20 years you have been destroyed and then recreated over and 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 over. Who you once were has been reformatted like thousands of times since they wrote the script for you. And they're out there right now trying to mimic you and they have no idea what you did because you didn't announce it. You just did the work like true temperance angels do. Like the true divine high priestesses and high priests do. They don't go out there and say, oh, look at me. I'm a high priestess. I can do this. I can do that. I'm powerful. No, the true healers of the world don't go around announcing it, expecting some kind of praise. That isn't how a relationship with the divine works. Morons. The Queen Bee is fully protected. She's a boss bitch. And she has brought forth clarity and truth. She's broke through and gained victory over these devils. She didn't just survive. She's victorious. She's victorious over covens of men and women who were collectively attacking her with their baneful magic. She didn't just survive. She rewrote her mind thousands of times while she silently suffered their destruction. And she's still temperance because that's what true high priestesses and high priests do. They do it silently. You won't even know they're there. True leaders don't go around making chaos. You got popped a question. Temperance Angel, somebody wants to marry you. The Hermit is here. We got the Star in the reverse. So there's a disconnection. The Hermit is here, contemplating. He's doing some research. Those stars, they don't have the light on in them. They don't have the rainbow covenant. They have lost due to your inner strength, due to grace. They're being disconnected from the light and the safety of the Holy Spirit, the sixth sense, that connection. There's no more contract with the shadow. There's no more struggle with the shadow. It sucked really bad, but you have grown, and there's no more contract with the shadow. It's too late. It's too late. It's over. The High Priestess is here, flipping that magic, undoing this magic, perhaps the mental magic that everybody has been, this hypnotic, everybody's been hypnotized with this stupid, they've been draining the power, the energy of the rose, and then using that powerful upper dimensional divine angelic energy to bind the minds of the people here in the 3D space. They don't even know. These devils have been using angel energy to do baneful magic, and then they've been blaming the angel for it. They're being laid to rest. You are healed, not hooked. You're free of this crap. We're detaching from those masculines and others who said love doesn't pay the rent. Therefore, they got to get a contract with a beautiful woman, and then they got to drug her, do whatever they got to do in order to get that freaking dark web movie, right? That orgy movie. Freaking orgy movie. They're being laid to rest, and they're having anxiety. They're having anxiety over these stupid, yes, because look, this is what they are. They're doing love spells, they're doing blood magic with their stupid knives, they're doing orgy magic, and they want to wear the angel's robe, and they want to go up into this upper dimensional space, and that's what they've been doing for 6,000 years. They've been sending up devils wearing an angel's robe while they have tortured the true divine feminine. So now they're being blocked from romance. They're being blocked from bumping heads. They are not who they say they are. They could be having an identity crisis because whoever they're portraying themselves to be is not. Somebody's heartbroken here over the illumination of the truth regarding a ghosting. Somebody may be detached, ghost, funeral. And they're not happy with these legal matters. They were fake busy, living in the moment, on your suffering, on your pain, on your intentional spiritual assassination, and your spiritual bank account, and your upper dimensional Star Nation Soul Tribe's bank account depletion. Shocking news, they're in a firestorm of karma. They ripped off the wrong people. They thought the mafia of this realm was bad. Y'all just went out there and ripped off the freaking 12D freaking gods and goddesses by raping and pilfering their freaking souls of their children. They didn't think they would ever come back or find out what they'd been doing. They got away with it for 6,000 years. The illusion was very good. They're not stupid. They're real good at this. That song again. Evil, most definitely she's evil. Whoever that woman was that has been orchestrating this, and I really can't tell you, there's a fella out there who wants the world to believe that he's a Christ, whatever, okay? Apparently, there's a hidden wife pulling the strings, wearing somebody else's face. Who the hell knows with these devils? Who the hell knows with these devils? So the Knight of Cups is feeling bad because we got a separation and an end for romance. It wasn't love. The fantasy has crashed. The truth is exposed. They're all in their feelings and they're heartbroken over they don't have temperance. They don't have the Temperance Angel. They were not able to cause you a death. They were not able to trap you. They're in their feelings about it. They're in their feelings about it because you're awakening the light. They shut you down in every way that they could. You're bringing new clarity, guiding your steps in the community. You're in your Six of Swords boat. You're departing. This circulation, this stupid street exhibit, this rose thing, the back and forth, the yo-yo, the confusion, the emotional abuse. You were restrained during your healing of the last many years or lifetime, whatever. You were private about it. You did not announce it. These people didn't know that you were rewriting yourself, recreating yourself. They don't know who you are. You're very patient. You came into alignment. You're in a divine feminine. You're a high priestess. This is what you do. And this is what you're here to do for the community, to help keep things in alignment, in balance, even while these nasty asses are out there intentionally trying to throw everyone out of balance. Velvet ending. It didn't have to be violent to be final, but it will be, and it is. What these people have been doing to the upper dimensional daddies, okay, and their daughters, and their sons. So the Chariot is in the reverse. They don't get to go anywhere. They used divine feminines only when convenient as an emotional utility. Shallow Hal has no depth. He's not rooted anywhere. He's the least likely to grow of any plant whatsoever. He has nothing to offer anybody except obsession and danger and demonic attachments. You've solved the puzzle regarding the shattering of the heart and the death of earth angels. They're no longer going to be able to do that. You lived through it. You gathered firsthand testimony that was firsthand felt and witnessed by an upper dimensional witness. They call Jehovah's Witness. The caretaker is here and they're not gone, and somebody's worried. They are worried, losing sleep about you. We got buried alive. You called it healing, but really you just went numb. They buried the caretaker alive. And now they're losing sleep because everything that they did to that caretaker will be done to them. The caretaker is alive. They thought because the caretaker was quiet while the caretaker took care of themselves, that they were a goner. We got the Tower here, divine intervention. This is a no contact zone. You will not detach these divine entities from this life. We're listening to the reckless sex. We're listening about reckless sex. Unwritten skies. Your story is still being painted across the cosmos. You were listening about reckless sex. You could be listening about that. Maybe you went celibate. Maybe you were listening to the universe about reckless sex. And your story is still being written across the cosmos. because you listened to the universe about reckless sex. Maybe you went celibate. You didn't go there. We got the illusion is over. 7 of Cups in the reverse. There's clarity here. And these folks are blocked AF. They're not devoted to you. They're not devoted to love. They're not devoted to spiritual hygiene or discipline. There is a reset here. Your strength. You're a beloved child of the divine, of a divine upper dimensional heavenly Father. You had to recreate yourself a lot, and you finally did it. Silent bloom. Growth happens in silence before it bursts into life, and it may have taken you over 20 years, but now you are here, and it is obvious that you're a light keeper. You hold a glow that helps others find themselves. It's so weird when people get on here and they start flapping their lips like they know me or have relationship or any kind of acknowledgement with me at all. It's like they're talking to me like I'm some asshole that's done something to them, and I have no idea who they are. It's wild. Crazy people. Eye of the void. You are not lost in the dark. You are being rewoven. So you're making your move. You're not lost in the dark. You're being rewoven. Jezebel is being flipped onto her head. You're making your move. They have to accept responsibility. They could be going into the eye of the void. We've got unopened letter. A truth you never said is still shaping your story. Unwritten skies, your story is still being painted across the cosmos. Queen Bee has armor. There's something that you haven't said yet. Something that has occurred that you haven't said yet. People are losing sleep. They misinterpreted your intellectual property. They weren't able to keep up with your transformation. They weren't able to keep up with who it is you've become. These a-holes are out there living on a script or acting out a script that a false prophet wrote in some kind of scripture about you. And they're out there living some 6,000-year-old freaking script or a scripture about you, and you rewrote yourself thousands of times over the last 20 years. They have no idea who you are or what you've done. They just know you're the real deal. So Queen Bee is armored up. Nobody's coming with you. You're out of here. You're all on your own, and it's done. These people are going through a reality check. Reality check. So Ace of Swords, you got the truth. You got the truth, and you made a breakthrough with it. 5 of Swords conflict is done. It's done. Somebody wants forgiveness. They want to reconcile, but they're coming forward with a fake apology. It's a monster. It's a monster. And you're like, let go already. Just let the F go. And they don't want to because they're looking at the reruns of what they've done to you over many, many lifetimes. They've burned you alive. Many, many lifetimes. They have roasted you in the bull. They've crucified you on a cross. They've tortured you with all of their fancy religious freaking contraptions many times. How dare you write a book about love and claim to know God personally? And which, by the way, the curator was talking early this morning. He said there used to be an intercessor, and now da-da-da-da-da-da. So now everybody's responsible for their own shit. You can't go slitting the throats of baby little dogs and then freaking call yourself a saint. That's not why mama dogs have so many damn babies. So they're coming in with a fake apology. You've got clarity here. You're like, let go. They're watching the reruns of what they've done to you. They want to come, look, they want to come in and pop the question to a temperance angel, which is what you are. So they're coming in and they're like, oh, honey, marry me, because they got to get covered by your energy and your protection. You're a starved soul. You've been feeding everyone but yourself. And you were fading. Your soul is weary. And God stepped in, and the upper divine stepped in and said, not to fucking day, Satan, or whoever the hell these munchers of souls are. Jackasses. The Queen Bee is no longer feeding you guys. The Queen Bee is no longer feeding you. You're done with that energy. You're done hurting people with that energy and those gifts. Your fantasy is over. So the Hermit is here disconnecting those people who don't have light or soul in them from grace, from the Holy Spirit and the intuition of the Holy Spirit. They're going to have to go out there and they're going to have to face these terrible things on their own without a comforter, just like you did. It's too late for the shadow. There's no more contracts with them. There's no more love unions. There's no more marriages. There's no collaboration. There's no partnership. There's no friendship. There's no conversation. There's no exchange of dialogue, because they feel that with a simple vocal exchange, they can transfer your soul value. Some sorceress out there somewhere in the world told these guys that can be done. Too late though. Spirit says it's too late, because elements of infinity live within you. You are the creator and the creatress. You are a child of an upper dimensional, high, supreme dimensional space, freaking high value life form, man. Infinity is in you. The garden that these assholes have been pimping the children out of is your secret garden. It's your infinity. These ones wanted to keep you trapped there, and they wanted to keep raping the children in your secret garden, using your gifts, your mind, your high vibrational upper dimensional, your ladder, your spine. I saw mine. These guys. High Priestess is undoing the magic that these nasties have been doing. There is freedom from those who say love don't pay the rent, so they decided to pimp and prostitute everybody. They're being laid to rest. They're full of anxiety. Time is running out, and we've got an invitation. An unseen force asks you to cross into the unknown. Will you answer? So they're under anxiety. They're getting an invitation. There's some kind of an invitation. We have an open ending. Not everything needs to resolve. Some magic lives in the unknown of the sacred shadows. So somebody could be getting an invitation into the sacred shadows, an open ending, and we've got Cave of Echoes and backwards. So whoever it is, they need to read between the lines, because what's unspoken is the loudest. So read with your soul, that quiet flame. There's a passage revealing itself. And you'll step through with courage and wonder. But before that happens, you might actually have somebody here inviting you into a sacred shadow portal. A cave of echoes. Be careful. Read between the lines. And with that, we'll just pull a few of these, and then we'll just let it go. They're complaining that Divine Feminine is a sympathizer to the innocent. They've been coming out and zeroing out the value of our souls. And we've been walking around like zombies. We've cut through the confusion. Knight of Cups, Mr. Romance is getting separated. This is the end. We've got walking away from a community. There's new clarity within this community. It wasn't love. These people are all in their feelings, heartbroken, crying. Crying, crying, crying. Crying, crying, crying. They're out of balance. They're not getting a great fortune. And you don't care. You don't care about Nasty Jack crying about money. Nasty Jack crying about money. Getting off on making freaking pornography for the black web. It didn't have to be violent to be final, but it is. They don't know anything about divine feminine because you are a high priestess. You are patient with the realignment. You are patient as you reinvent yourself. And these assholes didn't want connection with you. They weren't your friend. Nobody ever wanted anything to do with you. They were just out there fucking, feeding, gluttonous cowards out there hurting innocent, weak beings, making themselves feel powerful and conquering. They don't even know who you are. They don't know what power is you. They know that they spent decades concentrating on you, pouring in death energy, failure energy, hell energy, sabotage energy. They gave you it all on the regular, many times a day, every single day. That's what their job is. These lazy, no good for nothing, non-producers of the universe got paid to destroy the healer, the temperance angel, the divine feminine that brings balance to everything and everywhere. These chaos things calling themselves men poured their shit into divine feminine and then said she was that. These jackasses that have been harvesting your sacral, going out and having orgies with 4 or more men, and then coming and putting the energy back on you so they can cast the illusion that it was you doing it. These synthetic versions of you. You don't have to do this. Oh, yes, there's going to be a complete separation. Jezebel don't get to live in the fucking energy of an angel. I'm sweet, though. I'm your friend. No, you're not, asshole. There's nothing friendly about Jezebel. She's got so many different energies inside of her. She's a freaking hazard, man. You're a dream weaver, and you're creating your own reality. You've escaped the density and the foul play of Jezebel and her nasty ass devil. They're not getting on your chariot. They only used you when convenient. These are shallow, fucking disgusting. You solve the puzzle. You remember who they are. They're not going to be able to shatter your heart. You're not letting them in. There will be no death for you. They're losing sleep. They buried the caretaker alive. And it will be done to them. And the caretaker doesn't give a shit. The caretaker knows what they've been doing to the upper dimensional children of those high vibrational supreme beings. Caretaker doesn't give a crap what those dads and moms do to you. Sorry, that's on you, man. The caretaker carried that burden long enough. You've dispelled the illusion. You're no longer dead. They buried you alive. You went numb. They siphoned more than 50% of your vital force. They dimmed your light so badly, made you sick, put you on medicine, said you need medicine. You're a malfunctioning soul. They get the opportunity to harvest you because what? They poisoned you so freaking well, abused you so freaking well. We got divine intervention. This is a no contact zone. This is enforced distance. Anybody coming into your energy right now is an suicide note. They're not going to delete you from this life. You're listening to these reckless sex bullshit artists out there, and your story is still being written across the cosmos. You know, so your story is still being written across the cosmos. You know about these reckless sex mask wearers. So you're out there listening to the divine, and you know these people that are out there spread around the cosmos, living high on the hog while siphoning life force out of their little slave gang or whatever. You know all about it. You know all about it. You're listening to Source. The story is being written across the cosmos. There's a universal gatekeeper out there managing the planetary system. This particular planet trapped her and then tortured her for 6,000 years. And now these little asshats are going to go to the place where they need to go. The job is done. The mission is nearly complete, and they will be relocated. Lotus eyes. You have clarity here. Enlightenment visible through the eyes. Third eye. Reflection of cosmic energy within. So you have clarity. You have the lotus eye. These people are not devoted. They're getting blocked AF. You have great spiritual hygiene. You have great discipline. This is a reset from a strong love child of the upper dimensional divine heavenly father. There was a silent bloom of a Lightkeeper. These ones thought you were out for the count. They thought you were going to be in the shadow, in the hellhole forever, but you are there. You are there, a beloved child of the Most High, very, very strong. Whatever stock you come from regarding the cosmos is high level quality. Covens of masculine, well-practiced occultists could not destroy you. You rewrote yourself right out of their story, and they can't pull you back into it. So you're about ready to make your move. Jezebel is getting flipped upside down. They did whatever they did sober. They knew exactly what they were doing, and they're going into the eye of the void. Going into the eye of the void. We've got, they're no longer going to send any evil entities after anybody. We're not going to deal with any evil entities. No more Jezebel with evil entity attachments. They're coming to have sex with divine masculines, feminines, and then they attach this evil entity onto them. There's no more doing that. Jezebel, you're making your move. Jezebel's going away. They're going into the eye of the void. They're being rewoven somewhere else. We got healing frequencies. We're moving into some healing frequencies. And I don't know, maybe Jezebel is going to go to a place in the void where there will be some kind of healing frequencies pumped in. I don't know. Kind of rewrite, reweave. It's like the evil entity has left. Like there's no more black magic. There's healing frequencies. You're not lost in the dark. You are being rewoven with healing frequencies. It's like the Jezebel is coming undone. There's no more evil entity. It's like whatever's attachment is coming undone, and they're being like, I mean, it looks to me like whatever this evil entity is that's been attached to Jezebel, that's been being spread around, keeping people stuck in a loop. It looks like, to me, it's in the eye of the void. It is going to be rewoven into the cosmic layering or whatever with frequency. That's what I'm seeing here. Knight of Pentacles, protecting energy. No more justifying this bad behavior. We've got somebody can't sleep. They're napping. They're misinterpreting, siphoned, harvested intellectual property. They're not going where you're going. You have evolved through the torture and you're free of it. You outgrew these people. They can't hold you back. So they had you trapped for some time. You were able to dispel the illusion to move on up out of this. Whether this be your earth school and whether this be it was an impossible life path they had you on. You were not supposed to come up out of this, Queen Bee, but you did. And you are in full armor. A truth you never said is still shaping your story, and they can't hide what you already know. You know what they're doing. You know what they've done. You're armored up. You're aware of it. You know how to protect yourself, or somebody does. And we've got the Ace of Swords out there. So you have a victory. You're not just a survivor. You are a victor. They destroyed you 24 hours a day on the regular, trying to break your mind. And 24 hours a day on the regular, you were reinventing yourself, becoming somebody new. How many days are in 20 years, 22 years? I don't know. How many hours? They don't know what you've done or what you've been through or what you've become. You're a big secret. So this is the end of the conflict. Somebody wants to reconcile or make a compromise, but this is a fake apology from a manipulative guilt tripper. This is a monster, and you're like, let go already. Even your cards want you single. It's like, get away from me, jackass. You have clarity. The only reason this fella is coming up wanting to apologize and pop the question to you, Temperance Angel, is because if they're not covered by your energy and your upper dimensional family, then they're screwed. Everything they did to you has to happen to them. And this is a sad news. They got certified mail. You may be married. Message of concern. You are married. You fed everyone with your soul, Queen Bee, your inner sun, your vital force, and you kept the whole community alive, living lives of luxury. They hated you, and now it's about to backfire. There's no honor for what has ended here. The black magic is backfiring. The black magic is backfiring on them. And for ancient teachings which have illuminated your mind, a beautiful transformation is coming. So you are being transformed, illuminated. Oh, thank you, Love Being. Thank you for the channel donation. I'm grateful. Thank you. So the High Priestess is here. She could be flipping the magic that these jackwagons have been doing on the roses, these false scenarios, these false storylines that they have been saying. I've been alone my whole life, but there was somebody there in the beginning, and some nasty ass. Love spell, potions, rituals, attraction, self-love, and romance. So the invitation to the sacred shadows, somebody's doing love spells. They want an open ending. So they're doing magic to draw you backwards into a cave of echoes. Be careful, they're under pressure because they're being laid to rest. You are healed, not hooked. You have clarity regarding this. The magic is being undone, or it's going back. The High Priestess is sending back all of the magic that all of these people did. She's connected to the higher power. The High Priest is here with her, helping her. Oh yeah, all these people, they're so in trouble, man. The High Priest is the Hierophant is disconnecting people because of the truth. So they're being disconnected. Oh, they're being disconnected from the love. They're being abandoned like they had abandoned others. They're being disconnected from the 10 of Pentacles. This is a renewal for those who have gratitude, even for those times of suffering that allow them to see what they actually are. We got financial growth may be coming for you. And it's no longer going to be hidden from you. The finances will no longer be hidden from you. You're going to get it. You're going to get it because you're energetically grounded and tapped into the universe. So there will be infinity. Infinite happiness. But you got to watch out for Nasty over there. Let's get some. So what's going on with this love spell? Is it going to manifest? Is it going to do something for somebody? Is somebody going to want it? Spilled bottle. You say it doesn't matter, but part of you is still bleeding. Somebody wants to do a love spell. Eye to eye with the demons within. Somebody's doing a love spell. There's a spilled bottle. They're going eye to eye with the demons within. Maybe they had you in a bottle. They were trying to do some kind of witchery in a bottle to get you trapped in sacred shadow with their magic to draw you back. It could be that they have to go back now into the cave of echoes, and they have to go eye to eye with the demons that are inside of them, their attachments. Because we're not taking them back. And it could very well be that while they're in the void there, that they will be rewoven with frequency. So it's like wherever they go, the frequency, you know how like the earth was like at 7.83 hertz or whatever, gigahertz or whatever. It's like wherever they're going to go, there's going to be a specific healing frequency to generate some kind of a positive internal shifting, maybe an elevation. I hope. That's what it looks like to me. But they got to face their demons. They got to do the work. Resilience is your superpower. Surviving and thriving under harsh conditions. Adaptability, built for survival. Intentional living and self-sufficient. Look, you got flowers and you got those little prickly things. And you know, in the desert when there's no water, you can actually tap into that and get something to drink. Their prayers, your enemy's prayers, are useless. This is divine intervention. They are unforgiven and seen as an abomination. It's game over. It's game over because a strong command is here regarding the sexual energy of people. All right then. Oh, looks to me like that is the game. That is the game. That's what's going on here, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I hope that the reading is good for you. Well, I'm going to go ahead, I think, and take off, everybody. It is terrible. It is. I'm sorry, Jamie. I'm not saying anything because I just don't know what to say. Well, I can see that for me, it's like the reweaving. The reweaving. There's this, so there was the destruction, you know, when I guess when you go through an initiation, you got to be reformatted in the mind and in the energy and whatnot. And that happened, but these guys have been doing it, and then they come in, shatter the heart, and then step in as that spiritual identity at the gate. Well, those gatekeepers got bested. They were discovered, and hold in there, Jamie. Please call a hotline if you need help. Yes, Lee. Well, everybody, I wish you a very fine night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Electra. All right, everyone. See you later. Thank you, Lee. Thank you. Toby will love him. Good night.